My new record is called Apocalyptic Love, and it's with Miles Kennedy on vocals, but it's a really good, straight-ahead rock and roll record. The whole album was written on the road, and we're playing 6 nights a week. And if we're not playing, we're traveling. We have very little free time. And so I'm trying to get ideas together. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll get to my room and I'll put whatever idea has been swimming in my head down. I started to look for ways to record ideas on the road. But at some point during the tour, I was introduced to the iRig. And I was just floored by it because that's exactly what I was looking for. You know, I just started putting down a lot of the ideas that are on this record. That was the tool that I used to do it with. You know, so it's just one of those things I was like, it's a eureka moment. I don't like anything that's too complicated to set up. Anything that takes more than 5 minutes to set up, I'm going to lose the inspiration to do whatever it was I was trying to do in the first place. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm in the dressing room and I'm warming up for a show. And I don't like anybody to hear me warming up because I'm too neurotic and introverted a guitar player to have people hearing me practicing, right? So, you know, and that's where this, you know, iRig comes in really handy because, you know, anytime I'm trying to do this sort of on-the-go practicing or recording or just, you know, jamming on different ideas, even if it's on the bus, you know, it just works and it's right there. I'll do some tweaks on a Marshall. But there are different effects that are available, so you can have a chorus pedal, you can have an auto wah, you know, anything that you could possibly want. If I have a sound that needs an effect, it's right there. The AFD amp, there was a lot of diehard fans trying to rebuild the amplifier that I used when I did Appetite for Destruction back in 1986. The Jubilee amp was a limited edition Marshall 100 watt that came out in the 80s, and at some point during the Guns N' Roses tour, that became the amp that I was using. And it wasn't until Guns N' Roses had a riot in 1991 where I lost most of my gear that we went on to start making the Slash model head. On the AmpliTube, what we've done is we've given you the signature model, and we've also given you the Jubilee series JCM Slash as well. And there's also a switch on the signature model, which goes to number 34, which is actually the JCM 800 sound that I used on the last record. Well, I mean, I'm pretty well known for not using a lot of outboard effects, but at the same time, in certain songs, I do have signature things that I use, and we've reproduced them with AmpliTube. The chorus that I use, like for the beginning of Paradise City, or some other sort of arpeggio picking kind of things. A boost, which is something that I always use for guitar solos, just to raise the solo above the din of the band a little bit. An octave pedal, which is something that I use on this newest record in a couple songs, but it's always been something that I've toyed around with. And then the wah-wah pedal, which has a distortion element to it as well, which is something that I actually have a wah-wah pedal with a distortion switch on it. So we tried to sort of recreate all those possibilities, and then you can augment that with, you know, the myriad of different pedals that AmpliTube offers.